Hello everyone, it's Simone back again and we've got another Year 1 phonics lesson for today. Before we get started, let's revisit last week's homework and you can have a look at it and see how you went. So what we asked you to do last week was to have a look at each of the words that contain our digraph OU says ow in out. I asked you to write each of those words and then underline the digraph and put a dot under the phoneme. How did you go with that? Did you get through all of your words? Perhaps when we finish today, you could have a read through those words. See if you can remember what this word was. Remember when we stub our toe? Ouch. Over here is the sentence that I asked you to copy and illustrate for homework. So the hound sniffs the ground with his snout. Would you like to see my illustration? Let me see if I can take it down without dropping anything. Here we go. Is that a cute little hound? It's just a picture of his face and he's sniffing the ground. The hound sniffs the ground with his snout. And there's a bone just there. I wonder if he's going to find it. Okay, great work with your homework. And it's time now to start a new lesson. So let's stand up, let's turn your listening ears on, and we're going to do some phonological awareness. So that means we're going to listen very hard to the sounds in words. We're going to play with some words today. So I'm going to give you a word and then I'm going to change the initial sound. So for example, if I said hat, change h to b, we'd have bat. So let's do some words together. Say seat, seat, change st, ch. What word? Cheat. Change, say cheat, cheat, change ch to b. What word? Beat. Good job. Say beat, beat, change b to what word? Meet. Say meet, change to f, feet. Say feet, change f to neat. Say neat, change to sh, sheet. Say sheet, change sh to wheat. Great job. Now we're going to play the rhyming game that I love playing. So this is the nonsense words. So I'm going to give you some nonsense words and these are items that you might find in your kitchen. So close your eyes, imagine your kitchen and see if you can figure out what these words are. Our first word is flate. Not flate, plate. Good job. Our next word is Babel. Not Babel, table. Good job. Our next word is pife. Cut with a, not pife, knife. Our next word is dridge. Dridge, not dridge, fridge. Excellent. Our next word is woven. Not woven, oven. Our next word is jink. Not jink, sink. And our final word is whap. Not whap, tap. How did you go? Did you work out all of those nonsense words? Excellent. Let's have a quick review of some of the words that we've been learning over the last few lessons. First of all, we have a phoneme. Do you remember? A phoneme is a single sound in a word. Together, a phoneme is a single sound in a word. Grapheme, writing. A grapheme is a letter or group of letters that represent a single sound. Together, a grapheme is a letter or group of letters that represent a single sound. Digraph, that's what we've been focusing on a lot, isn't it? So a digraph is two letters together that represent one sound. Can you do that with me? Get your fingers out. A digraph is two letters together that represent one sound. Great job. And last but not least, a homophone is two or more words that sound the same but have different meanings. I'm not going to ask you to say that with me because that's very long. But remember, we had a look last week at C and C. Time now to review some of our graphemes, our digraphs that we've been learning over the last couple of weeks. So I'll say the letter names, the key word and the sound. We ready? Say it with me. A-I, rain, A. O-Y, boy, oi. double O, book, O. Double O, moon, oo. E-A, eat, E. Y, happy, E. Double E, feet, E. A-Y, play, A. O-I, coin, Oi. And this was our last lesson. O-U, house, owl. Great work. Let's have a look at some of the words that we've been trying to refresh from last year. These are words that we can't sound out. So you say them along with me. 1, said, 2, you, was, here, there, what, have, go, so, no, for, do. How did you go with those words? If you found them tricky, remember you can rewind and have another practice as often as you like. And it's time now for us to have a look at some words to read. So today we're reviewing some sounds that we learnt over the last few lessons. So we're having a look at O-Y, toy, oi. We're having a look at O-U, says ow in loud. O, oo. And these are the words that we're going to be looking at. So let's have a look at our first word. This is our key word, isn't it? So let's have a look here. We've got oi says toy. Good job, our key word. Owd, loud. Ook, took. Out, shout. Good job. Let's read them again. Toy, loud, took, shout. More quickly. Toy, loud, took, shout. Great reading. Let's underline our digraph. O. Remember I said that the double O sound can make two sounds. So it could make an oo in moon or an o in look. So when we have a look at a word like this, ook, cook, that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, we can try the other double O sound. Cook, enjoy, enjoy. Round, round. Proof. Cook, enjoy, round, proof. Cook, enjoy, round, proof. Great reading. I hope you're reading out loud with me at home. Oh, this one's getting longer. Ground. Ground. Good job. Stood. Stood. Great work. Swoop. Swoop. Let's try the other sound. Swoop. Swoop. Yes, we talked about magpies swooping, didn't we, in our last lesson? Swoop. If that happened to me, this is what I'd do. Let's read this word together. Scream. Okay. Ground, ground, stood, swoop, scream. Ground, stood, swoop, scream. Out, out, outing. Peanut, peanut. That's a compound word, isn't it? Peanut. Step. It's another compound word. Let's have a look. What's the first part of this word? Foot, step. Foot, step. Good job. And our last word, bedroom. Another compound word. Let's read these together. Outing, peanut, footstep, bedroom. Outing, peanut, footstep, bedroom. Let's see if you can find a word here. Some people are allergic to these and some people like to snack on them. It's a kind of a nut. Have a look in this row. See if you can find a word. It's a kind of nut. I've given it away a bit, haven't I? Did you guess the word peanut? Great reading. It's time now to do some spelling. So I need you to go and find something to write with and something to write on. And while you do that, I'm going to make a face and you can pause me when I make that face. Are you ready? Great job. You've all got your pen and paper? I just need to fold this over. I'm going to write down, and I'd like you to write with me, the digraphs that we're going to be using in our words to spell for today. So our first digraph is oi, boy. So it's the oi at the end of a word. O-Y. Our next sound is E, eat. Eat. So that's the E-A, isn't it? Good job, write that one down. Our next sound, we're going to write the sound that makes oo in room. So double O. And our final sound is the sound that we learnt in our last lesson. Ow in house. So we spell that O-U. Says ow in house. Make sure when you write these digraphs for me, you say the letters as you write them down. So our first word is joy. Say that with me. Joy. J-oy. The oi's at the end. We already knew that. Let's write down. Oh. J-oy. If you think you can write joy by yourself at home, you go and have a go. If you're not sure, you can watch me. Make sure you say the sounds as you write them. J-oy. If your joy looks like my joy, give yourselves a tick. If it doesn't, that's okay. You can pause and fix it up. Our next word is cloud. There's not a cloud in the sky. Let's say that together. Cloud. Cloud. Let's count the sounds. Get your fingers ready. K, l, ow, d. K, l, ow, d. Which one of these digraphs makes the ow sound? You've got it. Let's go. K, l, ow, d. If you think you can write cloud on your own, you have a go. If you're not sure, you can watch me. K, l, ow, d. Cloud. Cloud. Give yourselves a tick. I love this word because if we take away the k, we get loud. And that's one of my favourite things, being loud. Our next word is cheap. Well, I like to buy cheaper things than expensive things. So cheap. We need that long E sound in cheap, don't we? But can you hear? Let's say the word together. Cheap. Let's sound it out. Ch-E. How many digraphs have we got? Let's have another look. Ch, E, P. So we've got two digraphs that time, haven't we? So let's write that Ch, E, P. If you think you can write that on your own, off you go. If you're not sure, here we go. Ch, E, P. Cheap. Give yourselves a tick. And our final word is room. Room. You say it with me. Room. Room. Let's sound it out. Oo, Are you looking where I'm looking? Oo. You have a go at writing that at home. If you're not sure, watch me. Does that look right? Give yourselves a tick. Great job. It's time now for our new learning. And I don't know if you've noticed my beautiful new jewellery, but I'm wearing a necklace with a digraph on it. And the digraph says O-W because our new digraph today, O-W, cow, ow. Can you say that with me? O-W, cow, ow. Excellent work. Let's pop that up here to help us remember. It's time for us to do some skywriting. So we're going to start off, I need you to stand up, get your 2 fingers ready, and we're going to go O, W, says ow. O, W, says ow. O, W, says ow. If you're not standing up already, stand up now because it's time for some kung fu blending with some ow words. Are we all ready? Get ready. Your first word is cow. Cow. Ow. Cow. Great work. Next word, how. How. Ow. How. Town. Town. Ow. Town. Crowd. 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 Excellent work. How did you go? Let's have a look at some words that have the digraph OW in them and see how we go reading them. Our first word is our key word. K. Ow. Our word is cow. Good job. N. Ow. Now. D. Ow. D. Own. Down. Owl. Howl. Let's read that row together. K. Ow. N. Ow. Own, howl. Cow, now, down, howl. Great reading. G, ow, gown, gown. G, owl, growl. It's a scary sound, isn't it, if you hear that? Growl. K, ow, clown, clown. Frown. Can you all give me a really serious frown? Can you growl? Or give me a serious frown? Good job. Let's read that line together. Gown, growl, clown, frown. Again, gown, growl, clown, frown. Great reading. Crown. Brown. Gee, those words rhyme. Listen again. Crown, brown. Crowd, crowd. Oh, here's another compound word. Cow, shed. Cow, shed. Cowshed. Crown, crown, brown, crowd, cowshed. Crown, brown, crowd, cowshed. Great work. I'd like you to have a look at these words and see if you can find a word that a wolf might make when it sees the full moon. Have a look in the top row. What's the sound that a wolf might make when it sees a full moon? Cow, down, down. Howl. Can you howl for me? Oh, oh, oh. That's a bit scary. Do you want to do one more howl? Quick. Oh, oh. Did we freak everyone out in your house? I hope no one's on Zoom meetings. One more word. Can you find a colour in the last row? Brown. Brown. Did you find the colour brown? Good job if you did. Excellent work. It's time for you to pick up your pen and your paper because we're going to do some spelling. On the top of your page, I'd like you to write our new digraph for today. Look at my necklace if you forget. O, W, says ow. I'm actually going to write that again in black because it's a bit easier for some people to see. O, W, says owl. Make sure when you write that on your page, you say the letter names as you write them. And our first word is town. I like to shop in town. Can you say town with me? Town. Let's count the sounds. T, ow, n. T, ow, n. You have a go at writing town at home. If you're not sure, you can watch me. T, ow, n. Does your town look like my town? If it does, give yourselves a tick. Great job. Our next word is one of my favourites. Growl. Can you growl and say the word growl? You ready? Growl. Growl. Good job. Growl. Let's say the sounds. G, ow, l. Growl. Okay. G, ow, l. You have a go at home at writing growl. If you're not sure, watch it and write it with me. G, ow, ooh, growl. If it looks like mine, give yourselves a tick. And our next word is the colour that we found on our last sheet, the colour brown. Can you say that with me? Brown, brown. B, ow, n. B, ow, n. Right, B, ow, n. You have a go at writing brown at home. B, ow, n. If your brown looks like my brown, give yourselves a tick. And our final word is crown. Our queen wears a crown. Can you say crown with me? Crown, crown. K, ow, n. K, ow, n. You have a go writing it at home. K, ow, n. Does your crown look like my crown? If it does, give yourselves a tick. And then pop your pen and paper aside. It's time now for us to read some fluency passages. Here's one of the words we can't sound out, isn't it? Here. Here is the, here's one of our words. See the O-W, brown, brown. K, ow, cow. Here's a digraph we learnt previously. Eat, eating. What's the cow eating? A. Hey, let's read that again. Here is the brown cow eating hay. Let's read that again as if we were looking at a brown cow eating hay. Here is the brown cow eating hay. One more time. Here is the brown cow eating hay. Great reading. Let's have a look at another fluency passage. Here's another one of the words that's a bit tricky to sound out. I'll help you with this one. Where. It's got our WH digraph at the beginning, hasn't it? Where. Where is a, I see our digraph. Crown. Where is a crown? Crown for the queen. We know this word from last week, don't we? Queen in a gown. Gown. Lots of our words. Let's read that together so it makes more sense. Where is a crown for the queen in a gown? There's something special about this sentence. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a question mark at the end. So that tells us this word is a question. And it's asking us where something is. So let's read it again. You listen to me first maybe, because I'm going to make it sound like a question. Are you ready? Where is a crown for the queen in a gown? You see how my voice goes up a bit at the end? Let's see if we can read that together. Let's say it together. Where is a crown for the queen in a gown? One more time. Where is a crown for the queen in a gown? Great reading. And now it's time for dictation. So I'll read you the sentence, listen carefully, and then we'll write it together. I frown at the brown gown. Say that with me. I frown at the brown gown because I'm not keen on brown. I like bright colours. So let's say that again. I frown at the brown gown. Let's count the words. I frown at the brown gown. I've got 6 words in this sentence. So who's frowning? I am. Now remember, when we write the word I, we have to use a capital letter, but also because it's the start of a sentence, we have to use a capital letter. How handy is that? I. What do I do? Frown. I frown. You ready? Frown. Ow. 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 I frown. What am I frowning at? At the brown gown. Let's write that together. I frown at the brown. Let's got our digraph again. B-r-ow. 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 The brown what am I frowning at? The brown gown. G-ow. G-ow. Does your sentence look like that? Let's read it together. I frown at the brown gown. Can you read that with me, but with a big frown? I frown at the brown gown. Now, just to make me laugh, I want you to frown and smile at the same time. Are you ready? It's impossible. It's impossible, and it always makes me laugh. You ask someone in your house to frown and smile at the same time in a minute. Fantastic work today. You have all worked so hard. Let's have a look at what we learnt. So today we learnt OW says ow in cow. So let's do a little bit of skywriting again. Are you ready? OW says ow in cow. OW says ow in cow. OW says ow in cow. Great work. Let's have a look at your homework for today. So today, same as every time, I'd like you to have a look at the words from our list today. That's hard to say, isn't it? So you're going to have a look at the first word, cow. Cow. Ow. Then put a dot under the phoneme and put a line under our new digraph, cow. Go through all the words until you get all the way through. Write them down, read them, practice them. And when you've finished, I'd like you to write this sentence. Here is the brown cow eating hay. We read that just a moment ago. I'd like you to see if you can draw me a picture of a brown cow eating hay. That's all you need to do. So great work. I've had so much fun with you today. I hope it's been lots of fun for you too. See you later, alligator.